Here we are at ISHI 35. Kelsie, nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
Thank you. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself and where you're from?
Sure. So I'm Kelsie. I'm a sales representative with Versaterm. I live right around the DC area, and I've been with the company about 2.5 years.
Awesome. And what does Versaterm do?
Yeah, so Versaterm is a global public safety solutions company that is committed to transforming agencies in the way that they function. So what they're doing is actually really, really cool. They have a whole ecosystem of solutions that spans across law enforcement and public safety. So everything from body-worn cameras, CAD, record management systems, and of course forensics, which is why we're here at ISHI.
So what are some of your forensics types of products? What do you have?
Yeah, so we offer laboratory information management solutions, so LIMS products, and we have a range of products that are specifically developed for crime labs. So DNA is obviously a big part of crime labs nowadays, and we do have a solution that is focused on the forensic process. So not only does the LIMS application that we provide track some of the processes of a DNA lab, but we have a LIMS plus DNA application that covers everything from extraction through detection and helps labs keep track of all the data incorporated with that process, right? So DNA is pretty complex. You need to keep track of, you know, the reagents, the kits you're using, the lot numbers, building out your plates, tracking all that data. We provide a solution that helps track all of that.
So can I just buy this off the shelf and be like, hey, I got my Versaterm stuff and I just plug it in and then I'm ready to go? Or do you guys come and help and set it up and things like that?
So not quite like that. It is a commercial off-the-shelf product, but we like to say when you've seen one crime lab, you've literally only seen one crime lab, right? Everyone does things a little bit differently here and there through their different policies and procedures. So when you purchase the application, there is a lot of inherent functionality that comes with it, but we also make it configurable. So every lab has a different workflow, has different things that they need to really get into the nitty-gritty to make it work for their laboratory. So those configuration aspects are built into the solution for them to make it work for them.
So are we talking, do you have like real-time scanning of, let's say, a pipette or any of those pieces that you're using or a kit or anything that then tells at that moment what lot number you're using of a certain reagent or something like that?
Yeah, so we actually do have a consumables application as well that helps you track the consumables in your laboratory, where you can track your lot numbers, your expiration dates, your QC procedures. But that DNA application we provide, it does allow you to track reagents and your controls and stuff like that. So you're able to build reports off of all that data and make sure that everything's all together in one neat package when you go to court.
That's where I was going next. So this is important because these people are taking this information to court.
Of course.
Right? And so as you're developing these kind of products, are you thinking of that final application, right?
Absolutely. That's the end goal of these types of solutions, is you want to make sure when people go to court, they're prepared, they have the right information at their fingertips, that they're tracking things appropriately, and that the results that they're getting are finalized and neat and put together and can't be torn apart by a lawyer, right? So ultimately you're wanting to get justice in a court case. So these applications really do help you keep everything together and keep yourself organized so that when you do go to testify, you have everything put together nice and neat.
So I'm not in this world, but do you have like an ISO certification, or what kind of certifications do you have, or what is important in the forensics world to have as an accreditation for those?
Sure. So the JusticeTrax, we were formerly known as JusticeTrax. We are now under our parent company's name, Versaterm, as of this year. So you won't see the JusticeTrax name going forward. But the JusticeTrax portion of the company, so the Crime Lab Solutions, we are accredited. So we do have that backbone that labs like to see, that we're being, kept in check by a accrediting agency, and then that also translates to our solutions. So our solutions do help laboratories meet those requirements that are in their ISO certifications, in those accreditation standards, keep them organized in terms of proficiency testing. You can track stuff like that in the applications we provide, keeping track of expiration dates and workflows and trainings and things like that. So there is a lot of accreditation standards that can be, that can use the software to be supported.
Do you also make the solutions that would be used in a laboratory? Is that a portion of your company?
So we created all the solutions. So JusticeTrax created the solutions. Versaterm, what they've done is they've acquired a range of companies. So all of their solutions have been developed for law enforcement to try and make people make agencies more effective and ultimately deliver better services to their communities.
Right. Now, what I get from this forensics community is that everyone is so helpful to one another, and it's because you're all kind of going for that common goal of identifying someone or
Absolutely.
crime analysis. Do you guys, as a company, ever get to hear any of those endpoint stories? And then does that ever come back to you and your company and your employees?
Absolutely. I mean, when you're able to really systemize all of your workflows in your laboratory and be able to make everything streamlined, it's going to make them ultimately more effective, right? So cutting back on those backlogs, getting evidence to be processed more efficiently in their laboratory. We see that success when they implement our solutions. So they're becoming more effective, they're becoming more efficient. There's a lot less, maybe getting lost in the background, a lot less time wasted on duplicate data entry or writing things down on paper. That's always going to slow you down. So these solutions are meant to make you more effective, more efficient. And we have about 145 customers, crime labs specifically, and we love to see those laboratories, work together and collaborate. If one person has an issue, there's a chance someone else has too. So they can collaborate and kind of show each other how they've used our solutions to make them more effective or solve a problem.
And do you guys help create those connections as well?
Yeah.
If I had an issue and I called you up, would you then call another customer and get those two to speak?
Absolutely. Our customers have been really, really great about working with others, working with people who are looking to put in a LIMS into their laboratory. So we're very grateful for the community that we have and their ability and their willingness to help others become, more successful in what they do, because the forensics community, as big as it can feel at a conference like this, it is really small. So when people are willing to help each other, it really just does make the community that much tighter.
Yeah, people helping people. That's what I love.
Absolutely.
I love it. Yeah, and that's what I feel every time I come to an ISHI, is that, camaraderie and people really rooting for each other, actually.
Yeah.
Because it's your customers.
Exactly.
They have a really important job to do.
They do.
Well, that is really great. It's wonderful talking to you, and I'm wondering, are we going to see you at ISHI 36 maybe?
Absolutely. Our company, so JusticeTrax and now Versaterm, has been attending ISHI for over 15 years now, and I mean, this is the place to be for forensics DNA. So we'll absolutely be back next year.
Okay, well, great. Well, maybe we'll chat again.
Absolutely.
That'd be so
Thank you,
great.
Travis.
Thank you so much.
good talking with you.
Great chatting.
Yeah.